This is a short tutorial on how to access the lesson plans using the Unit Index Workbook. The workbook was created to make it simpler to find both math and science lesson plans. To begin, download the workbook to your computer by typing the address noted here into the browser address box. I've already done that, so I will just hit enter. When you do that, it will download the workbook to your downloads folder. Go ahead and find that in your downloads folder, or if you're using Google Chrome, you'll see it listed on the toolbar at the bottom. So we'll open that up. When you open the workbook, you want to enable editing and enable content. This is due to the fact that there's a macro in this workbook that helps with the navigation, and by doing the enables, it allows you to navigate the workbook freely. There are a number of tabs at the bottom. If you look here, we've got an input data tab, science, search, math search, lookups, and links. We'll start with the science search tab. At the top of the page, there are three filter boxes. If you hover your cursor over each of these boxes in turn, it'll explain to you what that particular filter does. Let's work an example. It'll probably become more clear how these filters work. In this particular case, I'm going to select the disciplinary core idea PS4 from the Next Generation Science Standards. And what I'll do is leave the other two boxes blank. When I click the execute the science unit search, it finds two units related to this particular disciplinary core idea. If you want to see more information about one of these particular units, just click on the title. And in this case, it'll take you to a website that was prepared by Beth Francis, who is a teacher at Felicity Franklin School. Her unit is on the science behind food preservation, and there are a number of documents, if you scroll down at the bottom of the screen, that can be downloaded. And to download those, you simply click on the download arrow. And as you note down here in the lower left hand corner, this is a Word document. This happens to be the unit plan, which typically is located at the top of the list of documents. That's the document you'll want to look at to find out more details about this particular unit. Let's look at another example. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this box. I'll click on the box and then I press my delete key. And down here I'm going to select by the secondary level, or in this case, let's select high school chemistry. And we'll click the execute search. Again, you see now we've got more units. They're all related to high school chemistry. In this column, column E, we have the engineering challenge associated with this particular with each of these particular units. You can read these to further isolate those units you think you might be interested in. Again, you can click on the title. It will take you to a web page in this case. And now this differs a little bit from before. Before we went to a wiki page that the teacher created. Now we're looking at a University of Cincinnati page where we took the wiki materials and transformed those onto the University of Cincinnati website. These unit materials are in two different formats, the wiki format and the website format, but the type of information on each of these websites is very similar. And you can, in this particular case, you can scroll down. There are some lessons. There's a poster here that you can look at. So there's a number of additional hyperlinks inside this document that you can investigate. Now let's take a look at some of the other tabs at the bottom here. We've got this input data. This is where all of the data is stored that we use during our filtered search. This is something that you probably won't interact with, but just wanted you to know that it was there. We've got a math search tab. So we've got two additional filters that we can use. These are geared more toward math searches. And we'll just do a demonstration here. So let's look at, in this particular case, let's look at 8th grade. And I'll just execute the search. And notice here now we've got the particular grade is 8th. Okay, I did not select the domain. The domain in this case is a Common Core designation, and you note here there are a number of different domains. When we selected the 8th grade, it also lists the domains for 8th grade. So if I wanted to further look at lessons on expressions and equations, which is 8.ee, what I could do is further select that here and then click execute search, and it would further reduce my list. So another way to look for units that might be helpful to you. The last thing I'm going to show you on this particular page is this select all. If I were to click on this select all button, it will populate this page with all of the units we have listed in our input database. That takes quite a bit of time, so I'm not going to do that in this particular demonstration. So there you have it. I've really covered everything. There are two more tabs down here: lookups, which is and links, which is used functionally to help with the navigation of the sheet. Not something that you really need to do. Go ahead and give it a try. If you find that it doesn't seem to work the way you think it should, go ahead and download a new copy, similar to what we did at the beginning of this video. So good luck. Hopefully you can find a unit that will be usable in your classroom.